Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Tea Talk podcast, brought to you by DriftinThreads.com. Use code TEATALK for 10% off at checkout. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be skipping the formalities because we have a breaking news story that is still developing, but that Dana and I are first person in this story. We are currently experiencing the effects of this story and everything that this story has to offer, and we wanted to be the first people to bring the news to you guys. GCU is under fire by the federal government. Grand Canyon University, as you guys know, both Dana and I are both students of this university. Okay, and that's a little disclaimer that we want to go ahead and say before we started to talk about the situations and things that are happening regarding our school. And we wanted to go ahead and shine a little light on the facts, what's actually going on, and all the information that we have for you guys tonight is provided by GCU or by any press releases that GCU has made and anything of that sort. All of this information that we're getting to you guys tonight is public and on the public domain. We just wanted to go ahead and make that disclaimer before we got into anything, just in case. Now, guys, today, students of the university received an email, which was a summary of an earlier GCU press release stating that the Veteran Affairs, Educational Department, and the Federal Trade Commission offices are coming down on our openly Christian university. They first tried messing with our university in 2018 when GCU became a lawful nonprofit organization under Arizona's 501c3 tax-exempt nonprofit status.
Which they were before.
Which they were also before. They just renewed, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the following organizations and entities have recognized that GCU is lawfully part of Arizona's 501c3 nonprofit status. It is the IRS, the Higher Learning Commission, the state of Arizona, and the Arizona Private Post-Secondary Education Board. Those four entities or organizations have officially recognized GCU's nonprofit status under 501c3. Okay?
So, yeah, there's also the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. They were in this whole investigation, that happened. Their target, it's a lawsuit, right? They're targeting Grand Canyon Education, which is GCU's education service provider. They're targeting their phone calls that their counselors make to prospective students. And prospective students are essentially just students trying to get into the university. So people that are interested, people that have been, they're contacting the university, they're applying, people that are, they've expressed interest in the university, right? So in their press release, in Grand Canyon University's press release, they commented that they don't call these prospective students. They only call them if they've expressed interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's, they've stated to the university, they've said to the university, you can contact me, I'm cool with that. That's the only time the school actually reach out to students.
Yes, and that was from an official communication that came from GCU earlier today. It is right. Only students that have allowed GCU to send them communications. GCU's not cold calling. They're not doing anything like that, or GCE for that matter, because they're focusing on Grand Canyon Education. Grand Canyon University.
The FTC is.
Yeah. Grand Canyon University's educational service provider, which is Grand Canyon Education. Right. And honestly, and GCU states that these claims are, and I quote, quite frankly, frivolous and are based on the agency's opinions rather than actual student-backed student complaints and student feedback. Right. And Dana and I both agree with this statement that GCU's made. Very clearly and openly, we both agree with that statement that GCU has made as students of the university.
When you were applying for the university and, getting into university.
Let's just not even I don't even want to. Well, I mean, yeah, like when I was applying to the university, what were you gonna get towards? I just want to be very careful talking about this topic, just as
Yeah,
we are
no, I
students.
was just gonna, yeah, I was gonna ask you like, what was your process getting in, so you can like, your
Uh,
firsthand experience.
my process getting in. I mean, you know the story about how I discovered GCU. I'm not going to repeat that right now. I don't feel like right now is like the time, but we could talk about it another time. But I found GCU. I reached out to the counselor who held the meeting, who was showing like what GCU was, what kind of school it was, what it had to offer, everything like that. I reached out to her. I said, I'm really interested in attending your university. And then from that point on, it was back and forth communication, but it wasn't unwarranted communication. I wasn't getting calls that I didn't want. I actively said to her, I was like, yeah, I want to be a member of this university. And then from that moment on is when I started getting communications and stuff like that. But those communications were minimal at that point. It was, hey, here's your application link. You can go ahead and fill out your application. Or when I got accepted, the next email was, hey, congratulations on getting accepted to university. Here are the next steps you have to do. It wasn't really like, hey, we're calling you every 2 seconds to try to get you to come to this university. No, it's not like that.
Yeah,
They were never like that, and were they like that to you at all? No, I don't think so.
no, my experience was I was in high school, right? And I don't know if you had this at your school, but at my school we had schools come in pretty much I think it was every day actually. I think there was a different school pretty much every day that would come in to the school. They had to have a representative come in and basically hold a meeting that was optional. If you wanted to
Yeah.
attend it, if you're interested in the university, you can attend the meeting, and you can meet basically your local counselor. And that's what happened to me. I met my local counselor who I talked with, got phone number from, and I pretty much essentially applied to the university pretty soon after that. And yeah, remained in contact with her on my own personal accord.
Yeah, and then Dana, can we go into some of the other allegations that are being made against GCU? Because I do really want to make sure that we're staying on this topic here. It's a very serious thing that's happening, both to us as students.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to,
Give a
expand
little
on that
insight.
bit,
That's fine.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So other allegations that are being made against GCU in this lawsuit is they're attacking the GCU's financial transparency, which is really interesting because I've always thought they've been like extremely transparent with their finances. Like it's very straightforward, right? When you're applying, they lay out in a document, how much this scholarship is going to do for you, what that scholarship entails. This is how much their tuition is. It's a straightforward fee. There's no hidden book fees. There's no hidden, event fees or anything. It's all included in the very front, like right when you're applying, it's right there. So, but in their press release, they talked about how a U.S. government accountability office in 2022 found that 91% of colleges in America have misleading information or understated the net price in their financial aid offers to prospective students. So this is talking about other universities. And this includes 41% of colleges that do not even provide a net worth in their student offers. And GCU, on the other hand, delivers more significant levels of transparency than is legally required. So they're being more transparent than the law states that they have to be. And, amongst other universities, they're the leader in transparency. However, the government agencies they've been singling out GCU and threatening actions against them, basically, essentially, just to harm the university. So,
And yeah, and like,
yeah.
and there is precedent for the Fed to do this. There's precedent for the federal government to do this. As we've seen, guys, in the last couple of weeks, news has come out according to Fox News, because of the Jim Jordan things that have come out. Because the FBI has been conducting undercover operations on Catholic masses to find evidence to call the Catholic Church and those masses religious extremists. I mean, that in my mind is just terrible, and purely against the Christian worldview. And we'll get to that momentarily. for those of you who don't know about what the federal government has been doing in its war on the Catholic Church. But Dana, go ahead if you would like. Just take it away. Talk about like what GCU is.
Well, it's a Christian university. That's stated in their mission statement. Compared to other schools, they're pretty lax about that specific thing. But I mean, they have, they have a class you have to take, Christian Worldview. One of my favorite classes at the school. They have a bunch of, church-oriented activities you can do. They have worship nights. They have a bunch of different things like that. So yeah, and they're like I said, they're openly Christian, so they're proud of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like that's and it's very evident even in the rules. Okay, that's something Dana and I know very, very well as being students here at the university. I mean, we experience these things every single day, and it's and I want to be very, 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 very clear. Okay, Dana, myself, all of Team Media, Driftin Threads LLC, any other organization, and everything that Dana and I are a part of, we 100% fully support GCU in this situation. 100,000%. We're both students of this university. We love this university, and we both believe that these frivolous accusations made against GCU and GCE are to simply harm the largest Christian college in this country. It's that simple, everybody. It is really that simple. That's all these accusations were made to do. They're just trying to harm the Christian worldview of the U.S., and we're going to talk about that a little bit more now as we get into this FBI story that has been developing over the week. House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan outlined detailed reports that the FBI has been targeting pro-life groups, Catholic churches, and parents attending school board meetings with investigations to inflate the sense that these groups are all domestic terrorist threats, according to the new whistleblower reports. And I mean, this is huge, huge, huge news, guys. These reports state that the federal agents sought evidence to claim that pro-life groups were radical. And I'll tell you right now, they are not. They are not.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay?
Yeah.
They're trying to radicalize, and we'll tell you what they're doing right now. The left is trying to radicalize the Christian worldview. That's what's happening right now. Because they tried it once in 1962 and 1963 when they removed prayer and school-sponsored Bible readings from public schools, ruling them unconstitutional. Yet, and the Center for American Progress, which claims to be an independent, nonpartisan policy institute, tried to state in an article in April 2022 that today's conflicts most often arise from Christian nationalism. Those are big words there, and they're using them to scare you. Because these infiltrations, even before I get to that, they're trying to state that most Christian churches are radical, ultra-nationalist, extremist, like crazy places. Dana, when you go to church and everybody's praying and there's a sense of community, do you feel like you're part of a domestic terrorist organization?
No.
Definitely
not.
That is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard anybody say about the Christian faith. To even draw a parallel that the Christian faith is as a whole radicalized or a domestic terrorist organization, who do you think you are? Who has the stones to make that claim? That's ridiculous. And
the whole point, I mean, they're just trying to demonize it to, I mean, it's essentially attacking the national identity of America. Because Christianity is a huge part of America's founding. And attacking that is essentially attacking, it's attacking the nation's spirit. And that's the whole point of it. It's meant to demoralize people.
Yeah, and you're attacking the majority of this nation's, like the majority of this nation is Catholic, right? Christian.
Yeah, it's the, yeah.
You are actively, by doing this, right? You are actively attacking the majority of Americans, okay? And these infiltrations by the FBI are baseless. That simple. They are baseless. Okay? All they're trying to do is trying to instill the fear of Christianity, okay, in non-Christian voters. And do you guys know why? We're nearing election season. This is the perfect time to do something like that. If they can get all of the people who don't believe in God to vote for the left, I mean, that's a large part, that's a large vote. That's a good amount of people. And now if they're going, and not even fear of Christianity, right? People that don't believe in God. These might be people that just aren't Christians. So they are using this. They are using religion as a play for political gain. Last time I checked, guys, there was a separation of church and state. Let's stop trying to use religion, okay, to try to radicalize people to go against people that might disagree with your viewpoints. It's that simple. I think every accusation we have heard tonight, the GCU, the GCE stuff, the GCU and GCE stuff, the FBI stuff, every single one of these accusations are baseless, show there's zero evidence basically to back this up. Okay? And there's tons of evidence, including first count evidence from myself and Dana, that's just not how things are. Very, very simple. We love this college. We're going to support it forever. Like, honestly. I'm going to be, I'm signing up for all the alumni stuff now that we're graduating soon. I'm getting all those emails saying like, oh, stay connected. I'm signing up for all of that. I don't know. Have you signed up for any of that stuff?
Nope. I haven't been receiving emails.
And just to be clear, for those of you who might not know, I am Orthodox Christian. I'm Eastern Orthodox all the way. Dana, what are you baptized at? I don't think I've ever.
No.
Okay. But yeah, no. So guys, if you didn't know, I'm Greek Orthodox. I'm 100% Greek. It's, but this is something that I take very, very seriously. The religion's very, very seriously, and especially the fact. I mean, this is a war on Christianity in this country. They are trying to start a war on Christianity. Okay, it's as simple as that. They want to instill, as I said before, they want to instill the fear of Christianity in these American citizens and these people that might not believe in Christianity, and they want to try to use that to flip that person's vote away from Republican. It's that simple, guys. It's that.
You think it's just that? Do you think it's only that, or do you think it's deeper than that?
I think it's deep. I mean, I think this stuff with the FBI, like going undercover and trying to declare them as domestic terrorist groups, I think that goes deeper. I think it's more sinister. I don't think it's as simple as they just want to scare people away from Christianity. I think there's a more sinister thing to that, but to the FBI thing specifically, I'm not talking about the Grand Canyon University or anything like that. I'm talking about specifically the FBI sending undercover operatives into Catholic masses.
Right, but what is the deeper thing, the deeper meaning that you're thinking about?
I just think that there's a more sinister undertone to that, to the FBI stuff. And that's what I'm going to leave that as for that specific thing. And I know it's, it's not very informative, and I obviously we want to talk about things but specifically for this topic alone, I think I'm going to not talk about that.
Okay.
But we are following this, guys. I mean, these stories are developing day by day. This FBI story has been developing and is still developing. There's still information coming out on it. These articles are still being updated. This news and this new breaking developing story about Grand Canyon University and its educational service provider, Grand Canyon Education. This is very, very fresh and still developing. These press releases just came out today. We are not sure if there's any more information that's going to be released. I'm sure there's going to be more information that's being released, considering the fact that this is going to be now a national investigation into GCU. So we'll be following it.
There's a lawsuit.
There
is a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit. It's GCU against. I forgot. I think it's the Department of Education. Okay. I think it's the Department of Education. I think they're suing them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
So let's we're gonna keep you guys updated always. We're gonna keep you guys updated. throughout this entire week. Any news that we hear, just follow us on Twitter. You guys know our handles. I'm T Plays Now on Twitter, and or is it just Outage Music? It's not an underscore, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Outage Music.
At Outage Music.
That's him. And then I'm at T Plays Now. You guys know that. We'll be posting updates minute by minute. As soon
We
as
also have the Team Media
yes.
Twitter.
The Team Media Twitter and the T Talk Twitters. Go ahead.
Yeah. We're in the process of making the T Talk Twitter, right?
T Talk Twitter's made. We need to make the T Music Twitter. It's not active. Okay. It's made. They're just not active.
Yeah. Right. That's what I meant.
I post on them like here and there, but it's not stuff that like you guys. It's not really important stuff. But soon we're gonna be posting on those full time. We have somebody that's gonna be working on those 2 accounts. So yeah, you guys are gonna get updates on there for Team Media. That's gonna be more the more company wide stuff. It's gonna kind of tell you guys a little bit of everything. I guess we could talk to them about Team Media now. I mean, we are launching in like soon officially.
Well, we've already talked about it. But,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
For them,
what do you want to say?
For them to know, I think it's okay for them to know like the way we plan to structure everything. So, guys, like right now, until like the website is 100% perfect in my eyes and like done. Right now our hub is Discord. If you guys aren't on the Discord already, join it. That link is going to be in the description below. Our link trees are also in the description below. If you guys want to see more of what Dana and I do personally, like on our own side stuff, that's where you can find that stuff on the link trees. The Discords where you're going to find most of the Team Media or all of the Team Media stuff, including Driftin Threads. If you guys want to go check out some clothes from them or see what they're posting over on the Instagram, go check that on the Discord as well. We also update the Discord first with any news, anything like that regarding Team Media. That will be updated maybe to an email newsletter soon. We'll see about that. That's in the future. I don't even want to worry about that. But for right now, Discord is the best place to reach us for sure. And it's the best place to get updates from us, talk to us. Honestly, guys, like we hang out in general chat. Like that is the chat that we use primarily. We hang out in general chat. You guys can join. We want to hear from you guys. We also have a suggestion feedback thing. Dana made that, so I'll let him talk about that.
Well, we have a topic suggestion thing specifically for T Talk. We can also expand that to include suggestions overall, and other things as we expand.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say on the Discord, there's a bunch of channels for announcements and stuff. If you don't want to go to our individual Twitters, on Discord there is a hub basically of chats that post exactly what we're posting on all of our social media accounts.
Yes, so
as they expand.
Yeah, exactly what Dana was saying. It's our hub. So like if you guys join the Discord, you are literally getting everything we post on one centralized location. All of our YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, literally everything you are getting in one centralized location. So that's why I'm saying it's the best place to join. And you should be in it just so that you guys can get the most up-to-date news from us on these developing stories that we report on.
And anything for T Talk is also in there. Any post for T Talk is going to be in there. We have our gaming channels are in there. Everything like that. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, a little bit of a shorter episode today, guys, but it was very direct. We were very, very.
Well, do you want to talk about the McCarthy situation at all?
Oh yeah, we could totally talk about the McCarthy situation. I completely forgot we were going to talk about that this episode, just because all this stuff is. That is my bad. Dana, take it away.
Well, I mean, unless you're living under a rock, the Speaker of the House has been voted out essentially from the rest of Congress or the rest of the House. And there is someone in the place of him right now. I don't remember who it is, but it's another Republican who is, buddy with McCarthy. So yeah, that essentially happened. It's a big story. I don't think that's happened since like the 1800s, something like this. So, but there's talks to replace him because right now we have just like a in place guy.
I love it.
There's talks to replace him.
I love it. I love the talks. I love the talks. Let them keep talking because I love seeing it.
Yeah, there's there's a couple guys who they're suggesting be the the in play or the replacement, and you know, I think Jim Jordan's the most like right candidate,
Oh, come
like most
on.
Trump candidate. What do you mean?
He's the most Trump candidate? I think the most Trump candidate would be Trump himself.
Right, I wasn't even mentioning that. Out of the people that are like seriously considering
They really
doing
want
the
him to
role,
do it. They really want
to
him to do
Trump.
it. Yeah, dude.
Well, Trump
They
said
really
he
want it.
might.
Yeah.
Trump said he might step in,
Whatever he said, and I
but I
quote,
don't.
because I tweeted about it,
Okay.
and I quote, he said, shit, I forgot what he said. Oh, whatever's best for the country. He said, whatever's best for the country.
Yeah.
Which is like, that is, come on. This man loves America. That's a patriot.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. So there's that. I know Jim Jordan's he's seriously considering it. Steve Scalise was another one, and there's a couple other guys.
But I do
So
agree with you in all serious. I do think that Jim Jordan is going to be that best option.
yeah, I personally think he's one of the best. I mean, he's been in the House for a little while.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's leading, the big what's it called?
What I just talked
Committees.
about, the
big
FBI.
committees.
Yeah, he's the one that's
Yeah.
heading the FBI thing that we just talked about. As we mentioned, if you guys missed that like completely, because I said it a little fast, it was House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan who we're talking about. He's the one that's actually that's been outlining these FBI leaked reports from this whistleblower.
Yeah, and he's a hawk in Congress, so hopefully he can get stuff done. If he's the speaker, hopefully he can bring Congress together to actually get stuff done.
We need to do that. We need to do that. Definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
we have had a Republican Party that is that wants to get a lot of things done, but we are really getting held back by these older Republicans that are really, really honestly, they vote on a lot of Democrat legislation as well.
Or they sit back and do nothing.
Yeah.
They don't suggest anything.
They don't care. They're lining their pockets. Dude.
Yeah.
They got their insider trading.
Yeah, but I think it was cool to see Matt Gaetz, kind of out there.
That was awesome.
Leading the charge, and
that was awesome.
And all of the things he's been, he's been out there doing, like media tours and whatever, and making a big deal about it, which is pretty cool.
Well, I think we're gonna see
it's a pretty big thing to get. I mean, it was really only was it like 8 Republicans and the rest were Democrats.
Yeah.
That voted to get him out, and he basically got the Democrats to vote out a Democrat citing Republican,
which is great.
Which is bad for them.
Bring it on, dude. That's the best thing you're gonna tweet. McCarthy is literally an idiot. You tweet the day before you get outed. Bring it on. That's the worst thing that you could tweet, dude. It's the worst thing that you can tweet. Everybody's in the comments like flaming him. Like, all this age, like, fine wine. Like, they're all freaking out. Right. Guys.
He's clearly not listening to the sentiment around
the American people. Yeah.
The American people. Yeah. And I was watching a Hive Mind video today, liberal Hive Mind video about this little deal that's kind of been going on between McCarthy and Pelosi, just under the table, just kind of being swamp creatures. She has like a private office or something, like all to herself, as a minority in the House, right, as a Democrat. Why does she have this office? Who knows? But then this the new guy that stepped in place of McCarthy, just kicked her out of that office today and changed the locks on the doors.
Great.
Well, the theory is that he's doing that to get back at Pelosi for siding with the Democrats to get rid of McCarthy.
Really?
Because this guy that's in place of McCarthy is McCarthy aligned. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting.
We'll see what happens. Take. I'm really, really interested to see who's going to become speaker. Dude, to be honest, I mean, I honestly think, like, Gates is going to be another Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan had such great potential until everything came crashing down. But I think that Gates is going to be the Paul Ryan good potential, but instead of crashing down, like it's going to go well. We might see Gates become speaker. Like,
we'll see.
He's young. He's going to be there for a while. Get him in now. Get him in young like they did with Paul Ryan. Let's see if he can run for president in a couple years. Like, I'd be interested to see that.
He was suggesting things like, I think he was suggesting like term limits and I forgot the exact verbiage he used on this specific thing, but he wanted to make it so that he wanted to write, I think it was write it into law that all bills that are going to be passed have to be like one type of bill. So, for example, if you're passing infrastructure,
no more shadow legislation. Yeah, I saw what you're talking about.
It has to be infrastructure related. If you're going to do something with education, it has to be education related, right? There's none of this hidden baggage that goes along with it, which is essentially how they do stuff under the table. So if you remove the curtain on that's awesome. Like that's a great change. And Democrats on Reddit were siding with that. Mm-hmm. Like they were agreeing with that specific talking point, which was really interesting.
Well, I don't think we should say it's very interesting because I think for the majority of people, like normal Democrats, I think they agree with that stuff. I think a lot of what we're seeing now when we look at Democrats is what we see on the media is this very radical, which is a majority of
partisan,
the like it's a majority, but it's still like Democrats aren't a problem in this country. Republicans are not a problem in this country. It doesn't matter what party you're a part of. The problem are these two extremes on each side. This woke left and this uber, right. And I'm talking like uber right and uber left. It doesn't matter if you particularly lean one way. Like, it's not going to dictate your character as a person. If you're an idiot... It doesn't
even matter if you're strong one way. Like, I mean, even the people that are strong one way can be fine people.
Like,
I mean,
we're not
like I said,
radical.
I've been friends with socialists. I've been friends with people that are, gun-toting, right-wing people. And I don't have problems with either person. They're great friends on both sides, So, and there's some things that the left does better than the right that I agree with. So, but I am, I would consider myself more conservative.
Yeah, and that's me too. I consider myself more right side leaning. It's not like, oh, you're a Democrat, I hate you. No, dude, that's stupid. Like, to think like that's stupid. If you can't consider somebody else's like side or what they're thinking, well, you're not a really good person. Like, I don't care.
Or you're just closed-minded.
Or you're just closed-minded. Like, I always say forgive. I see my rule, right? My personal rule is I will always forgive ignorance, but I will never forgive refusing to learn. Like, if you're ignorant to something, you just simply do not know, that's cool, dog. You don't know. But if you are forcibly ignorant, like you are refusing to learn the truth because you're scared or it'll affect your worldview or whatever, and you just don't want to change your opinion, you're refusing to learn the truth, I will not forgive that. That's your fault. But if you don't know, you don't know. I'm not gonna, fault you, hurt you, whatever. I just think more people, I think we need to start seeing people as people again and less as political pawns. Everybody's seen as a voter now. Even U.S. citizens see other citizens as voters now. I think we need to start to see like, oh, this guy that lives next to me, he's just a dude who likes Biden.
Well, you know what like fixes that problem? Talking to each other in person. Having dialogue, like the online stuff, because you're behind, behind a screen.
Everybody's
you're protected. Crazy. You can say whatever you want without any repercussions, right?
A lot of it comes to bite you in the ass. A lot of it does.
Eventually, but you can really say whatever you want without someone fighting you. Yeah. So bring it to in-person discussions, like. I like when I see, people at these like conventions and stuff, and they actually communicate. People from both sides. I like seeing, the reporting of the media person who's like a far left person. But they go to a Trump rally and they talk to everybody and they can have dialogue. Like I love hearing that, because that's what makes this political conversation interesting to me. Like I personally, I love talking with people who don't agree with me. Toss and I argue all the time because we don't agree with each other on things.
Okay, hold on.
Well, hold on.
A lot of the time we're agreeing and we're just saying different things different ways. Or like we're saying the same thing in a different way. That's a lot of the time, dude. Maybe. It's half the time.
Sure. But there are things we legitimately disagree on. But, that's what makes life interesting. Different points of view, everyone being different. Like, that's what's cool, So, I don't know. Just thought I would include that.
No, he's absolutely right. I think you need, like, if somebody's the exact same as you, you'll kill him eventually. Yeah. Come on, you're sick of yourself. Like, people are sick of themselves. Like, you get sick of yourself. Yeah. Like that is a thing. Mm-hmm. Imagine if Dana and I were carbon copies of each other. I'd probably have already killed him because I would have come out on top. I'm just kidding. Dana and I randomly like run at each other. Dude, yeah, dude. No, he'd get my head with that, dude. No, Dana and I randomly like run at each other and start hitting each other. It's kind of funny and in like a playful way. But it's like sometimes I get worried Dana's actually just not gonna like hold it back. Like when you do like the fake punch, or like you'll do a fake punch, or I'll like act like I'm gonna. You do it. Stop. Don't make me look like an idiot. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yes. So like when he's doing that, I feel like sometimes he's gonna forget to pull the punch because it gets like really close. And I feel like he's just gonna sock me like straight in the stomach or something. But like if that happens,
maybe I will.
If that happens, do I get like a punch back? Do I get like a credit?
No.
Really?
I don't want to get hit back.
You hit me.
And I better be careful.
Oh God. Did you see what I messaged you?
Yeah.
I saw you look at it. I just wanted to see you pop. I thought you were gonna laugh.
But yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else that's going on?
We covered kind of everything. I mean, we're gonna update. If there's like, we will let you guys know now. If there is significant updates tomorrow, we'll do an emergency episode of Tea Talk, just like we did tonight. Emergency episode of Tea Talk.
Yeah.
We were going to record an episode of Tea Talk, but it became an emergency episode of Tea Talk because we completely threw out the script last minute. And that's why I forgot about the McCarthy stuff completely. We were going to talk about that tonight, and then this stuff happened today, so we tabled that, and we wanted to let you guys hear all this news first. And guys, let your friends, let your family know there's a war on Christianity that is starting in America. The feds are doing it. The FBI is clearly doing it. I mean, guys, let's do this. Like, we need to make people... Like, we need to make this known. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Dana, anything else?
I don't think so. Yeah. Check. If you want to know more, we're going to include references in the description. We're going to include the press release from GCU and a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you want to know more than just, our kind of take on it and our summary, feel free to investigate further. We're going to include what we found in the description.
Everything's going to be down there, guys. Every link. And if we're missing something and we said we were going to put it in there, let us know. We'll throw it in right away. And let us know in the Discord. Let us know in the comments. We read everything, guys. You guys might not think that we don't look. We look at everything. Every single comment. Everything.
Comments. Add us on Twitter. Message us on Discord. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Reach out to us. We're always open.
Alrighty.
So, yeah.
Is this okay? Is that a safe place to end it? Do we have anything else? Am I forgetting anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But that's what the emergency episode tomorrow.
That's what the emergency episode is, guys. If I forget anything, we're gonna put it in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys. I'm Tasso. That's Dana. You watched episode 21 of the Tea Talk podcast. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Be your own free thinkers. Be your own people. Who gives a shit what people do? And enjoy your lives. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.